Okay, so here is how to add the Nearpod app to your Canvas. First thing is make sure you go to your email and this Amber from Nearpod, it was in my other. So make sure you don't delete it. You want to click on it and make sure you unlock your upgrade before you even try to add it into Canvas. I tried a while back to add it into Canvas and it wouldn't let me because I did not have an upgraded account, and that's when I realized we needed it through our district. So now we have it. Unlock your upgrade and make sure I signed in with Google, and if you already have a Nearpod account, it just linked it all immediately. So I didn't have to do anything except for click the sign in with Google, and everything was upgraded when I went to my actual Nearpod account. So that's the first step. After that, you want to go into your Canvas once you have Nearpod upgraded, and you're going to want to go to settings at the bottom, and you're going to find it in the apps here. So up at the top, usually you'll see course details when you open it, but you're going to go across the top to the tab that says apps, and you're just going to type in Nearpod. And I've already installed it, but I'm going to show you where to get the key you need, because I tried doing a fake key like I've done for other apps, and again, it didn't work. So you're going to click on Add App, and you need this consumer key and shared secret. So I sent the link with the email. You're going to want to click on that link, which I'm going to open a new tab. And it's going to give you this Nearpod random generate consumer key plus shared secret. So you're going to click on that. Sorry for leaf blowing outside. And when you click on that, you're going to have a consumer key and a shared secret. You're going to want to copy them individually. So copy and then go back to your Canvas. I'm doing it in semester 1 so I don't already mess up my semester 2. And then do the same thing for the shared secret. Oh goodness. There we go. And then click Add App. And when you go to Installed, you will see now you have Nearpod installed. So then what does that do? One thing that you have to remember is anytime you add an app, it's automatically going to show up for the students in the side view. So if you had hidden some of these links on the side, you're going to need to do that again. So I'm going to go back to my home and just show you what I mean there. If I go to the student view, because I added Nearpod, and I added it twice in semester 1, that's okay. As soon as you make your first assignment, it gets rid of the second one. So anyways, I added this in, now my students can see it as well, and I don't want them to see it, so I'm going to change that in my settings as well. So I'm going to go to settings, and I'm going to go to navigation, and I'm going to just move both of them at this time. And like I said, they'll disappear after you make your first assignment. One of them will disappear. Now I can still have just what I want my students to have. And make sure you click save or it won't save. Save at the bottom. And now if I go back to my home, I have in my student view only those 3. So we're good there. Now to make a lesson, why you wanted Nearpod in Canvas is I did a little test lesson here. You now have SpeedGrader, which you didn't have before. It's super helpful to have it in SpeedGrader. So I went in and did a test assignment, and as a test student, I logged in, and you can see here's my report. And really, since I had some questions on the conservation momentum, right here you can see my answers. You can see I participated in 100% of the polls. You can see my open-ended answer questions. You can see if I added to the class board, so I had some collaboration boards. I didn't do that in my test student, so I went through all of those fast. But if I had done an answer, you'd be able to see that for that student as well. So if you're doing a student-paced lesson, you're going to be able to very quickly see their answers and give them a grade for whatever it is that they accomplished or whatever grade you want to give them. So I'll go back quickly to how do you make an assignment using Nearpod now. Now you're gonna have to know or have used your Nearpod before and have your own lessons already made. So I'm not going to go through that in this video. I'm just going to show you once you have lessons made how to put them into Canvas. So I'm going to go to modules, and I'm working in my semester 1, so I'm not messing everything up in my other class. And I'm just going to go and add an assignment to my module. So new assignment, I'm going to call it Nearpod. I already have Nearpod test, so I'm just going to call it Nearpod, add item. Then I'm going to go to the bottom of that giant module, and I'm going to click on the one that's not published yet because I haven't made it. I'm going to go to edit, and then just like you would add in a CK12 or an Ed puzzle and an external tool, any of those, you just go the same way. External tool, you go and find it. It's now in your apps. And like I said, you're going to see it doubled. But the neat thing is once you've done it once, it links both of your accounts. So if this is the first time doing it, it will ask you, hey, you need a district license. Do you have that when you log in? And then you click yes or okay. And then it'll prompt you to log into your district one. And I just, like I said, click login with Google. If you're in your STU account, Google account, it will automatically connect to your Nearpod. So I have all these Nearpods made. I prefer you, if you're going to make it in a Canvas, so I'm just going to use this conservation of momentum one. The live participation would be what you would do in your Zoom. So I do that all the time in Zoom. But if I want the kids to do a student-paced version, or sometimes I link it for the kids that are not in the Zoom class, you want student-paced when you click it. Okay, so that means they can go through it on their own time without you having to lead it. And then click select. Now you won't see anything in here. It's going to be empty. You can add directions if you want, but it's pretty self-explanatory. Change all your settings and click save and publish. So once it's published, you can see now that the assignment is here. So the kid types in their lesson, or their name into welcome to the lesson, and then they'll click join. So I'm just going to randomly show you. And then once they do that, they get to go through the entire Nearpod lesson. So I have some websites that open up in my Nearpod lesson. Now it does make them answer, so these are the collaboration boards, but it does make them answer the polls. So I can't move on if I haven't answered the poll. So if this is like a multiple choice question you want them to answer about the lesson, they can't go on until it's been answered. So that's kind of cool. They don't have to do the collaboration boards, but they do have to at least answer the open-ended questions and the multiple choice questions. Okay, so that is how it works. And if you haven't done Nearpod, you need to do Nearpod. It's amazing. It's better than Ed Puzzle to me because you can use it for full-on lessons, or you can just do regular old videos. So for example, I did this Who Won the Space Race video, and oops, I don't want to do it that way. Let's do live participation. Okay, I'm going to jump to understanding lunar eclipse because the other one's not working. Student paste. I keep doing that. Live participation, there we go. So what'll happen is, and you can embed this in as a student-paced lesson as well into Canvas, you can just go right through and add any video to your lesson. So this is NASA's lunar eclipse. So you can decide if the teacher plays, or this is student-paced, even live. So you could do this in your Zoom. You have to control it, or the students play it on their own and come back. So if I'm doing the teacher one, it's going to play, and I'm going to turn it down. I bet it's going to be really loud. But it's going to play and then stop every one of these dots. And I created questions during each one of these dots. So they watch. And since I'm in the teacher view, the students will see the question and I'll see all of the answers populating in my view. Okay. So there's a lot more to Nearpod than that, and I'm sure there's more videos and training to come out on it, but I wanted to show you how to get it into your Canvas apps. All right,